Where's the info from Multiversus? Is going to be the topic that we're going to tackle in today's video. What is going on, Multiversers? Welcome back to the channel. As you just heard, we got ourselves a nice little topic to discuss today. I don't know why I'm rubbing my hands together. I'm not an evil villain or nothing. But, although I love villains, right? But, the topic, where's the news? Where's the updates about Multiverses? So, let's just start at the beginning, shall we? Most of us, if not all of us, are still excited for Multiverses, which is why we continue to ask, where's the news and where's the updates? We want to see more because we're excited. We want to invest into this. This might be the next big game that we put months of our lives into, or years into of our lives into, right? So we'll see how that plays out. But you got to think about, right? Almost 3 months ago. It seems like longer, doesn't it? But almost 3 months ago, Multiverses was officially revealed. And, well, almost 3 months later, after the reveal trailer, we've pretty much, some people will say we've gotten no news, no updates, no nothing about the game. To that, I would say, I'm going to argue, we have actually been receiving news this entire time. And most of January, if not the entire month of January, was filled with little bits of news, right? Little bits of crumbs they're feeding us here and there. They're not going to give us the whole buffet. And then when we're full, then they're going to be like, here's dessert. And we're going to, no, we don't want any more. We're full. No, it's the slow buildup. It's the snowball at the top of the hill type of deal, right? You don't start with the big snowball. You got to roll it down, and it's got to gain momentum and traction and then build up over time. We're still with that little snowball. We'll get up there, but, little snowballs they need love too. But I don't know what I was thinking of that. But I got pieces of evidence here to show that we have been getting news. And I've covered a ton of this, so a few pieces of evidence here. First one, the Switch version is possible. Not guaranteed, but it's possible. So they are hoping to eventually bring the game to the Switch. This was something that was a big topic once the game was officially revealed in November. It's on every single platform except the Switch. And of course, Switch players, they're excited. They want to play a game like this, but it's not on the Switch. But here's many people actually asked this, but we got a response of what we did. It could possibly be coming to the Switch down the road, so just keep your eyes and ears open. That's good. Cool. Another one. Unlocking characters by simply playing the game. This is good. This could be something that turns a lot of people off from this type of game, right? DLC, we know that they're going to have to make money somehow. So are they going to lock all DLC characters, post-launch content characters behind a paywall? No. Simply play the game, and you can unlock them from there. We don't know what the method might be. Is it too grindy? Is it not too grindy? Is it just right? That we'll have to wait and see, but simply play the game and you can unlock characters. Great! Everybody wins. That's perfect. Another piece of evidence here, cosmetic information, where they discussed using all official ones, but there's so many that they might not use every single one. But they also want to create some really awesome original cosmetics for some characters, if not all the characters, so we'll see how that goes out. So information about cosmetics, what we might be able to see on characters wearing, stuff like that, emotes, whatever it might be. That's still information, right? It's still information. Last piece of news, a replay mode. Of course, this one was from me, so I had to sneak it in the video. But I asked about if there's a replay mode, and he said no. They're currently discussing how they want to do a replay system, so a replay mode might fall under that. So, again, it's little pieces of information. You got to know how to word a question properly, because you can't just go, where is Daffy Duck on the roster? Are the Powerpuff Girls on there? They're not going to answer some random person on Twitter and go, yeah, actually, yeah, for you, I'll tell you. No, those are big reveals, and they will have their time and place for their big reveals and their big pieces of news and updates about the game, right? Don't ask about a story mode, because they're not going to tell you, oh yeah, the story mode starts off with character A, B, and C, and they're fighting XYZ. They're not going to tell you that, okay? Those are big reveals that they're saving for later, hopefully. But, so look, that might not be the news, right, that we just went over. Those 4 pieces of evidence, it might not be the news that everyone is hoping or expecting, right? We want to see the next character reveal. We want to see the next playtest date. But what we shouldn't overlook is the developers, Tony and his team. They're answering questions. Like I just showed, all that evidence. Pretty much the entire month of January, we were getting that little bit of information. And while that, again, it's not the information we want, but it's still information about the game. So in that context, think of it like the game, people might be worried, hey, we're not getting any big updates about this game. No, they're still constantly telling us stuff about the game. They're still working on the game. It's not canceled. It's still in active development, which is great. So that brings us to the question, right? Where's the real news? So Tony has commented again and again and again and many more times about the team being hard at work and their heads down. They're making changes to the game. Even just yesterday, Tony posted this on Twitter or replied to somebody on Twitter where he again says they're hard at work. They're doing what they can. They want to improve the game for how they can. And something that I do believe is another big obstacle, not really an obstacle, but another big sticking point is they had their alpha tech test a little over a month and a half ago, right? They were learning from that. So I want to take just as an example, right? What was the one big thing a lot of people said about the reveal trailer? What was one thing? The gameplay speed looked slow. That was a big thing. Lots of people said that. Even if you sped up even with the 30-second gameplay clip that we got, some people were still saying it looked slow. So what if, just thinking out loud here, what if that was the general consensus of the people that got to play the alpha tech test? What if 90% of them reported, game's fun, but the gameplay speed is a little slow? So what if they're taking all this time and all that feedback to make the gameplay speed faster, right? Moves come out quicker, animations are quicker, the running speed, attack speed, all that sort of stuff. Everything, what if they just bump it up like 10%, 20% faster? Everything just, maybe you don't need Smash Melee Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl levels of game speed, but just a little bit faster than what it was. You got to think of everything that they would have to fine-tune and tweak and everything like that. So that's just an example. Things take time, and if you're redoing all those characters, if you're redoing game speed and move speed and character speed and all that stuff, if you're redoing all of that, you can't really show off anything then, can you? You're going to go a good length of time where you're tweaking all these things, and you can't really show off older versions of this character, right? You can't show off an old version of Bugs Bunny for gameplay and go, well, here's Bugs Bunny, and then like 4 months later, they're like, oh, here's Bugs Bunny again, and now he looks completely different. Everything's quicker, everything's faster. You're like, wait a minute, why didn't we see this earlier? Because they're working on it right now. And that's just my main thought. What if the gameplay speed was a factor? What if that was something that a lot of people did actually report once they got their hands on the alpha tech test? I wouldn't know. I'm not a PC gamer. I don't know if my little laptop could handle the game, but I didn't get invited anyway, so it doesn't matter. But, there's just several factors that kind of come into this, right? There's, like we were just talking about, we've been getting pieces of information. Again, maybe not what we want, but they're taking that active feedback and they're applying it to the game. So they can't really tell us or show us what the future, they can't show us something 2 months ahead of time when they're still currently working on that, right? So we can't get, information for April right now. That's not going to be possible. It's still working. They're still trying to polish it. They're not trying to rush the game. So that's why we haven't been getting any information. They're just simply not rushing the game. And that's good. I will take Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl as an example. We've seen how that game turned out. Like, it's got potential. It does. But we've seen what happened. The game came out like a mess. I think if the development team then, Ludosity, they did say they wanted like an additional 6 months to work on the game, but Nickelodeon just said, nope, put the game out now. They could have benefited from an open beta to test the servers, to test, all sorts of, the infinites that were found, all sorts of jank that happened in the game. If they could have had time to figure that out and, fix all that, the game would have had a better reception. There might be a bigger player base right now, so the game's improving overall, but similar situation. Multiversus doesn't want to fall into that same idea. They don't want to fall into that same pit trap. They want to, all right, we'll progress at our speed. We're not rushing this out. We don't want the game to come out and then go, we're going to take our time. We're going to listen to what the fan base has said. Once they get into the next step of their development, right, say a beta version, once they get comfortable with that, hopefully a few more characters announced as well, but once they get to there, then they're going to announce the beta, and then we will all get to hopefully enjoy it, whether it's open or another invite. We'll have to wait and see, but still, we're waiting on information because the information's just not ready yet. But we've been assured many times. The team is heads down. They're working on the game right now. So I don't think there's anything to panic over. Sure, this drought of information is kind of, it does wear on you a little bit, right? When you're excited about something, you want to know, you want to know, you want to know. But there's nothing for us to know right now because the team's just not ready to reveal anything. So hopefully this kind of made sense in some weird way. I kind of wrote a script. I probably went off script so many times, but I think I got my talking points out there. So yeah, where's the news? It's just not ready yet. I think that's the simplest way to answer it. The news isn't ready yet, but we've actually been getting news at the same time. You just got to know how to ask certain questions, right? Figure out a tricky, not like a loophole, but you just got to figure out a clever way to word something, or maybe, hey, is there something about, this little feature that maybe we could look forward to? Something I just seen the other day, maybe I put it up on the screen if I remember. There's going to be moves that you can like fake or something like that. You can fake an attack and then come with a different attack or something like that. That sounds crazy, so I want to kind of see what that's about, but there's always information out there. We just got to find out who does it. Who else uploads Multiversus content every single day, every single week? You can't find anybody else. I'm the only one that does that. But yeah, that is going to be it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed this little discussion. Let me know what you guys think. Why has there been no news? Do you agree with what I've been saying, or do you have an entirely different approach? Which is fine. Let's have a nice little conversation in the comments. That is going to be it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed as always. And I guess I'll see you when I'm looking at you.